Good morning. That was so nice. How are you? Even on this cloudy day, we have sunshine in here, don't we? Are we ready to sing? I invite the kids to dance always. And you. Well, welcome again. I see some faces that are back. Is that true? We have some faces that have come. Is there anyone here that might be joining us for the first time? Raise your hand. No, just we're congregating again, which is nice, the old friends. We have a few announcements. Let's see, I understand that we just saw Vegucated. Welcome back, G. Yeah, that's new. Welcome back. We hear that you had a great trip, if anyone was following some of your Facebook posts and pictures. They were beautiful. So we saw Vegucated here not too long ago, and I understand about 40 people showed up and had a wonderful dinner afterwards, so that was nice. And in the coming weeks, we have the Tao Te Ching that is going to be presented by Duckwan Russell, is that right? So it's a 3-part series, so if you're interested in joining us for that, please do so. We ask for a $25 fee for the 3 services, right? For the 3 classes, and then scholarships are available if anyone should need that as well. And then we also have our Course in Miracles, right? From 6 to 7 on Wednesday evenings. Am I forgetting something?
Nope. I have one. Okay. Just in case anybody didn't see it, I'm teaching Tai Chi, speaking of the Tao Te Ching. It's all part of Tai Chi, the yin and the yang. It's a free class, and it's at 9 o'clock on Wednesdays down at Wade's Bayou. So anybody come, we only met a couple of weeks. You can come anytime, any level of physical ability is perfectly fine, and if you have any questions, go see me. Wonderful, thank you. Good morning, and it's very, very good to be back. We had a wonderful vacation, and it's wonderful to be back as well. I would like to say a couple of words about the class that is coming up that Duckwan is going to teach. He is the leader of the Buddhist Center in Grand Rapids. I met with him, and he's a wonderful guy. And he's going to teach us on the Tao Te Ching. And at Unity, of course, we are quite open to all walks of faith and very curious about them and interested in them. And he's a wonderful authority to teach us on the Tao Te Ching. I personally really like the Tao. I very often go to it and I refer to it, and I'm looking forward to deepen my own understanding and knowledge of it. Indeed, we have tickets, and these are available. You can get them in the office, and we charge $25 for the series. And also, please know, we do not ever turn anybody away for lack of funds. Scholarships are available. We encourage you, if you can pay the price, do it. If you can't, you're more than welcome. We'll make sure that nobody misses this class who's interested in it. So I thank you for that. So tickets are available. The other announcement that I would like to make is that here at Unity on the Lakeshore, we support social actions, or we take social actions, and this month we are supporting Christian neighbors. And they are in the business of eradicating poverty and of reaching out to those who are less fortunate than most of us. So we are this month collecting non-perishable food items so we can support this wonderful initiative of Christian neighbors. So we invite you to bring non-perishable food items throughout the month. We will have boxes set up, and just bring your contribution, and we will deliver them to Christian neighbors. And that's all I have for right now. Thank you very much.
Well, now I think we're going to have some special music from Carol. Sorry, Martin.
That's okay. This is the first Monday in June, and you'll notice the swatch has changed colors. There are 12 months in the year, 12 apostles, 12 powers, according to Charles Fillmore. The month of June is represented by the apostle Bartholomew. Its color is light blue. It's considered to be centered in the pituitary gland, I think I pronounced that correctly, which is located near the base of the brain. Imagination is my ability to give shape and form to unformed mental energy. Imagination is vision beyond appearance.
I chose this song this morning, partly because I love it, but also in memory of Michael Beery. If you're not aware, Michael passed away this week on Tuesday. And while he was imprisoned, unfairly for a time, I know that he sang this in prison. He taught it to some prisoners in chapel. It's called "There Are No Strangers Here." We've all known sunshine, we've all known rain. We all have fallen and stood up again. What does it matter if I don't know your name? There are no strangers here. There are no strangers here. There are no strangers here. We've loved before and will love again. And there are no strangers here. Look at the sky now and count the miles. Look at eternity and count the time. This earth is ours for such a little while. There are no strangers here. There are no strangers here. There are no strangers here. We've loved before and will love again. And there are no strangers here. Behind each face, a familiar soul. Amidst the trivia, the truth is told. For those who seek, they'll find a heart of gold. There are no strangers here. Sing with me. There are no strangers here. There are no strangers here. We've loved before and will love again. And there are no strangers here. There are no strangers here. There are no strangers here. We've loved before and will love again. And there are no strangers here, my friend.
We light the Christ candle to remind us of that light and presence of God that is always within us, always working for our best good. And we become conscious of that presence and know that all is well. Let us pray. God, we give thanks for this truly magnificent day. And today we're going to not only pray for ourselves, but for others. All of those on our prayer list, all of those asking for prayer, all of those affected by the horrendous storms in the Midwest, all of creation, we hold in the highest consciousness, the consciousness of that presence and power that we call God. And we affirm that presence and power is working in us, through us, as us, working only for good. And we see all creation as loving, joyful, prosperous, healthy expressions of that presence and power we call God. And even what might appear to be disorder, we claim and affirm divine order. And for this, we say thank you, thank you, thank you, God. Amen.
And here at Unity, we have a vision, and if we could all express that together. Every life, a spiritually transformed life. And now Mary will come up and read the daily word for us.
The topic today of Daily Word is open mind, and if you'd like to read along, the Daily Word is in front of you, and it's on page 49 this morning. With an open mind, I stretch to new dimensions of awareness. Oliver Wendell Holmes said that a mind once stretched never regains its original dimensions. I allow my mind to be stretched as I think of all that God is. My open mind lets in the light of God to illuminate my perceptions and my beliefs. I practice spiritual discernment as I become aware that there is more to life than meets the eye. I see God in action, in a sunrise, in the face of a child, in my life's work, in all my activities. I see God in me in new ways. I am more forgiving and less judgmental. I am more accepting of others. I develop greater understanding by seeing from many perspectives. With an open mind, I stretch to new dimensions of spiritual awareness. From James 1:5, if any of you is lacking in wisdom, ask God, who gives to all generously and ungrudgingly, and it will be given to you.
And with an open mind, can we all say our affirmation of faith together as well? There is only one presence and one power in me and in the universe, God, the good, omnipotent. And let's share some more music together.
How could anyone ever tell you there were anything less
A time away from the distractions of the physical world, space and time. We move our attention towards the center. Here in Unity, we stress the positive outlook in experiencing life. But that doesn't mean that there are no challenges. Indeed, we may at times be faced with pain, fear, and loss. But we are never alone. Move your attention deeper now towards the center, to that place where God is, experiencing as you. Indeed, you are never alone. There is comfort, there is healing, there is reassurance in God's grace. Rest now in the presence of that grace, in the silence, in the silence. As we gratefully experience this divine grace, we are reminded that it is always present and accessible, that we can always turn within, if only for a brief moment, to find that reassurance and that help. As we prepare now to return to the present, be assured that God is with you. always. And so it is.
Ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving into the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving into the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. And good morning. Are you ready to dive in? All right. Well, before we do that, allow me to thank these wonderful people who, first of all, have kept up the fortress in my absence. And I thank you so much for doing that and for doing such a wonderful job and still providing a very fulfilling and beautiful spiritual home to those who stayed behind. I thank you, Suzanne, for your music, and Carol, always such a delight and privilege to have you with us. Carrie, thank you for leading us on platform. Mary, was that your first time to read the Daily Word? Didn't she do a fine job? Thank you. And you are all welcome to step in. And if you feel like, just sign up and we will schedule you and you can read the Daily Word. So please do that. I thank you, Jim, for manning the AV. Thank you very much. And Martin, you're always special. I love your meditations. As I always say, you minister to me. And Jerry and Thea for welcoming us. And I really don't know who's providing goodies downstairs today. So the board. Oops, that would have been. So I brought all this love you can feed on and feast on. We had a wonderful trip in Hungary, and we went over to Romania, visited family, had an absolutely great time. I completely relaxed, disconnected. I forgot I was a minister. I forgot I was an adult. In fact, although it's questionable how many times I remember that really, on the way back on the plane, I was actually wondering, did I really ever preach in my life, like ever? How did I do it, and can I do it again? It felt so impossible. I had such a relaxing time. And on Friday we had a board meeting, and as I was driving into Douglas and I turned on Water Street, I was getting close to the church and I got this butterfly in my stomach, the good kind, you know. So Unity on the Lakeshore, it's official. I am in love with you, and I can't help it. So it's good to be back. We spent the last 6 months exploring who God is and who we are in relationship with God. And we exclusively used the Bible in this exploration. And for me, it was a very powerful experience. And I hope that you share my experience, and that I hope that we were able to clarify and clear up some conceptions and misconceptions surrounding the God of the Bible, and surrounding our own understanding of our own selves in relationship to this divine. I want a life for myself that is not compartmentalized. You see what I'm saying? That I am being this good person who produces wonderful speeches on Sunday morning and then leaves and leads a totally different life on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. And I want to lead a life where every aspect of my life is absolutely integrated, where the principles that I speak of here, I live out there. And in every single relationship, and I mean the grocery line at Myers, where we tend to be short-tempered because, you know, we don't like shopping anyhow. We already fought the crowd, and now we have to wait in this long line as well. So it's so easy to take it on the clerk, the checkout clerk. I want us to, and I want me to live these principles in every relationship, every encounter that I have, from my cat and dog to my partner, my neighbor, all of you guys, everybody. So you're getting the image, right? I am willing to assume, and I hope it is safe to assume, that you desire no less for yourselves. That you want to have just as integrated a life as well. So in order to do that, there is very important that we look at our lives, that we understand all kinds of relationships in our lives. And we spent 6 months exploring our relationship to the divine. And we shall spend the next few weeks exploring how we relationship with ourselves and with each other. And that alone will already give us a much bigger wholeness, a more rounded wholeness in how we live our lives. So this is your cliffhanger today, where I will give you what is to come in the next few weeks. There is that little saying that sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Yes? Is that how it goes? So sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. What a lie. Right? That we learn at that age, correct? So imagine that if you grow up thinking that this is the truth, because you've heard it from this age on, you know, from the moment you learn to speak. If this is what you learn, how much unlearning you have to do now, right? We fear sticks and stones. And we have no idea then what words can do. Well, let me tell you. I have realized that I have power over the words that I put out and the words that I'm willing to empower that come into me. It took my father, Patty was there, about maybe an hour and a half. Was it an hour and a half to mention how fat I was? And I'm not even sure we got out of the car from the airport. And my mother managed, and I really, hats off to her for biting her tongue till the next morning. And then the next evening, believe it or not, Patty and I were going to leave the house to go to town, and she blocked the door. She put the scale down, people, and she said, well, you will not leave before you stand on that thing in front of me as I read it. Now you're wondering, gee, why the heck do you keep going back there? You and I both. So we did what any adult would do. We did what we had to. We stood on the scale and then left, figuring that it's a good story that we shall forever be able to talk about. But I also noticed that it no longer had the sting it would have had a year and a half ago on me when they mentioned my weight. So, words are very important because with words we can inspire and with words we can demolish. But make no mistake, words alone are not going to do it. If who you are is of the consciousness that doesn't match the inspiring words, it will show. You see what I'm saying? If there's a discrepancy between who you are, how you present yourself in life, and here you are speaking inspiring words, after a while people will say, whatever. So it's important to understand and be well grounded, and it's important to understand. Be awakened to our own consciousness. So, my invitation to you and to me as well is to live a more awakened life. Well, big deal. That's what unity everywhere speaks of. Live a more awakened life. But how do you do it? And that's exactly what we will explore in the coming weeks. How do we do it? It will require a lot of undoing, but let me give you an insight that I have just had, and maybe many of you have had it for a long time, but this is an insight I have recently had, and it's changed my understanding of myself and of the divine, okay? So, I haven't tried yet to put it in words. This is the first time, but I'm going to try to do it anyhow. So imagine this massive, just energy. It's a field of energy, okay? And it's very powerful, and it's forcefully coming forth. And when it reaches this boundary, and let's call this our human life, our human manifestation. This is a boundary. So from a beingness, this energy, this massive energy, bursts into human consciousness, okay? Imagine that this is that energy field, completely connected. It's everything that there is. There's no beginning, no end. You can't measure it. It's everything that there is. And then when it comes through that boundary of the consciousness, that's me. That's you. That's Carol. You see, you get the picture. So we're all of the same essence with our own special fingerprints. We manifest it in our own special way. But you see, we're all connected. The essence that is backing us up, that is actually being us, is all the same. And I believe that's what we call God. And we spend a lifetime denying that connection. We spend a lifetime proving how this and that are not the same. And we have plenty who go before us to say, gee, don't fool yourself. This can never be that. Get it? So if that's the message we get, how do we undo it? Because truth is, unless we acknowledge this entire oneness, we will never know who we are. That will forever manifest in our relationships to the divine. How can I say that I am not it? How can I say that you are not it? How can I treat you as if you were not it? How can anyone ever say that I'm anything less than God? That song is so beautiful, it's so powerful. So it is my hope and my desire, and for my life for sure, that I will never lose sight of this. Now, I heard it say that, in fact, we just heard it in the Daily Word, right? That once you expand your consciousness, it never shrinks back to its original size. So I want us to expand our consciousness. So when we look at each other, we don't just see this, you see, but that we see the whole. So words are important, but words are nothing but the tip of the iceberg, the symptom of who we are, the symptom of how we treat ourselves, the symptom of how we treat each other. So words are important, and we will focus on them. But more importantly, we will focus on this very iceberg, the whole thing, the invisible one, the oneness, at the level where we are all connected. There is no separation. That's nothing but the most destructive illusion that humankind has ever come up with. And it's destroying our planet. It's created jobs for therapists, and it's probably safe to assume that it shall for generations to come. It's allowed us to be less than who we have come here to be. It's allowed us to deny our potential. It's allowed us to inflict pain and misery on so many levels, to the degree of killing each other. Now, I read it somewhere that words have power. And I sort of agree with that. And I sort of don't. Words have power if I don't. But once I realize how much power I have, then I choose how much power I give words. But words do have power. If we live in unconsciousness, if we are asleep, unaware and unawake, then words have power. And if you don't believe it, then let me name a few. Original sin has had power for about 1800 years, since it's been introduced into human consciousness. Virgin birth has had power for about 1600 years, since it's been introduced to human consciousness. Hell, thousands of years. Heaven, thousands of years. You're not worth it, since since you've known yourself? Who do you think you are? You'll never be able to do that. Words do have power if we don't claim our own. So I invite you on a journey to claim your power. I invite you to join me on exploring the depth of us, the potential of us. So we may live a life that is fully integrated and no longer compartmentalized. Marianne Williamson said something to the extent that live a life that you can respect, that you can have self-respect for. I believe that we all want to live integralized lives, but we don't. We don't because we have believed certain messages of we are less than. And we allow that into our consciousness to block the deeds that we would like us do, the words that we would like us say. So I want to remove those blockages for all of us. Now, I'm on this journey as much as you are. I would like to say that I am the sage standing here in front of you who has done it all, who has never put her foot in her mouth, but I'm pretty sure Patty would stand up in protest. So I can't do that thanks to Patty. But let's do it together as one. And let's grow. And let's change our lives and then see what happens. And then see if we can, on a very personal level, understand what Jesus meant when he said, I have come so you may have life and that you may have it abundantly. So I invite you to return here with honesty. With honesty about who you are when nobody watches. I want us to examine how we talk to ourselves, how we be with ourselves, and how we be with others. And then see what happens. I believe that the light that will shine from you, from us, will shine so brightly beyond these walls that we will be the talk of the neighborhood. What is going on there? What are these people on? We want to get us some too. So it's an exciting journey that I am inviting all of you. Let's celebrate our lives. Let's celebrate each other in this absolute, undeniable oneness that we are. Thank you.
I was driving with Katie in the car yesterday, and Huey Lewis came on with I Want a New Drug. Katie said, I'm singing, that is so 80s, Mom. I'm grateful for two things. One, to be on the spiritual journey with all of you. I am reminded of that every Sunday that I come here, so thank you very much. And I'm also grateful that I don't live in your house and hungry. My scale never leaves the bathroom. So it is time now for our offertory affirmation, if we could all say that together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am thankful. I believe, Carol, you're going to bless us with some more of your wonderful music.
Yes. Well, G's talk was titled To Be Announced. That's the word I got. So I thought, well, my song in response to that will be whatever. So this is what came to me as you were speaking. It's from one of my children's recordings. You might as well make it love. Did you know you're buzzing like a hotline, sending out waves of this and that? Everything you do, everything you say, going out somewhere and never coming back. So don't go thinking that you don't leave a trace. Your prints in the sand, your vibes in space. Long as you're leaving something to the race, you might as well make it love. Might as well make it love. So make it a song, make it a smile, make it some kindness, make someone's day worthwhile. Make it a hearty laugh or a prayer to the Lord above. Make it on the up and up, shine like a buttercup. Might as well make it love. Might as well make it love. Did you know you're buzzing? Got that wrong. Did you know there's power in your thinking? What you dream is what will be. So think it over before you choose. Make it a blessing for you and me. And don't go thinking that you don't leave a trace. Your prints in the sand, your vibes in space. Long as you're leaving something to the race, you might as well make it love. Might as well make it love. So make it a song, make it a smile, make it some kindness, make someone's day worthwhile. Make it a hearty laugh or a prayer to the Lord above. Make it on the up and up, shine like a buttercup. Might as well make it love. Might as well make it love. Might as well make it love.
We give thanks for these gifts, these tithes, these offerings, and knowing that they are given in love. And we ask for God's blessing as we send these monies forth to do the will and the work of unity on the Lakeshore. Amen.
Let us all stand and say the prayer for protection and sing the peace. The light of God surrounds us